there's an art gallery over here. And there's actually someone over here, and if you show him a Pokemon of a particular type, this changes every day, and you can do this every day. And he'll give you a random one of the 5 basic berries that heal one of the 5 status effects. This is actually pretty useful if you're in the area and you stop by. So like I said, you can do this daily. That's really the only thing of immediate interest here. Everything else is just people talking here. Ugly truth. Eternal ideals. Such amazing titles. I went to a museum for one of my college courses. Well, like I had to. It was part of the requirement. But I've gone to the museum before. We have a nice museum near where I live, and there we go. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't talk to her. I actually like going to the museum. It was interesting. You have to, I've realized though that you have to kind of be older to appreciate art in a museum. I just think that that's, like, I went to the museum when I, when I was in 6th grade, and to me it just went all over my head. But like now that I'm older, I feel like I can actually sit and appreciate what I'm looking at. I don't know if that's just me. I think that's part of just getting older. That's something you're more capable of understanding. Castelia cones. Yeah, sounds like ice cream, right? I believe before in Black and White, you had to do it during a certain season. I don't think you can do it in the winter, and it's winter in my game, so I've proven you can do it. You can buy them one at a time. Well, you can buy 1 or 12, and I highly recommend you buy 12. They're very cheap versions of a full heal. They're basically $100, which is way cheaper than a full heal. So it's a very cost-efficient item to buy, and I believe you can actually sell them someplace for like a lot of money. I think that's in Nimbus, I want to say. So you can net yourself a big profit if you're the kind of person who's like, money, I need money in Pokemon, even though money really isn't overly important. If you find yourself short on money in a Pokemon game, you're doing something wrong. Because money is very abundant. Iris is going to be over there. She's going to talk about the pier. Like I said, I'll cover that next part. Last street here is East Street. We're going to start off with Game Freak headquarters. Trying to think if there's anything too much of interest here. You have 10. I have 30. You've collected so many. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, heading up, you can make your way up to the 22nd floor. It makes you wonder what's on all the other floors. Beats me. Anyways, there's a few people you can talk to. This is Game Freak. That guy's gonna talk about how it's cold. I'm thinking of a new game. I got it. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 3, which is actually in the works right now. A few people have already asked me if I'm doing a walkthrough of it. I'm going to be bluntly honest with you. From what I've seen of the new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, I haven't done too much looking into it yet, but it doesn't look that good to me. I don't even know if I want to cover it. Like, the first 2 Mystery Dungeon games I really loved, but the new one that's coming out, it just doesn't look good. I don't know. I have to think about that one. Because another game people asked me about, there's so many people who wanted me to cover Pokemon Rumble Blast, and after I played it, I'm just like, why? It was just a mindless grinding game. You just go around pressing buttons. Like, I don't think I could sit and talk about a game that's so repetitive like that. Like, Pokemon Rumble Blast just wasn't, like, the videos would be so boring. I don't want to produce boring videos for you guys. I want to actually have substance in my videos, so that's why I never covered Rumble Blast, if you were wondering. You can actually battle 2 people up here. you can also battle Game Freak Morimoto. Yeah, that guy. In Black and White, he had like a really insanely strong team, but thankfully, he doesn't have that really insanely strong team right now, because that would be bad. And that takes care of Game Freak. We shall descend below the first floor. I'm looking at the time of my recording, and I'm probably going to split this video because there's no way I'm uploading a video this long. Anyways, one last building over on the left. There's nothing too exciting in here. These people talk about critical captures. Kind of a new concept to Pokemon. The critical hit of Pokemon catching. Gwahahaha. The main thing of interest in this building is on the upper floor, you can grab from a guitarist TM44 Rest. TM44 Rest heals your Pokemon at the expense of 2 turns of sleep. Of course, if you have a Chesto Berry, you can wake it up. I don't really recommend teaching this to anybody. It is a TM, so if you like really needed a heal because you didn't have any healing potions or something, you could use it. And then just delete the move with another TM or something, but I just don't recommend it. It's in game, you don't really need healing moves when you can just use potions and stuff. It's not like you're short on money or anything. Competitive battling's a different story, but that's not really what this walkthrough's about. Anyways, that concludes this street, so one last area to go. This is the back area. If you come over here, battle lots of trainers. He's going to give you some Ontrolink thing, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't really figured out what he's talking about yet. I meant to look that up and I forgot to. But yeah, Ontrolink, that's mainly online stuff. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for what that is. Yeah, derp. If I remember to, I'll put it in the video description or something, what he's talking about. Let's see, this building, you're gonna get frisked. That's creepy and disturbing on many levels. I don't know why they had to put that in a Pokemon game. But up to the 47th floor we go. Up here, most people talk in random languages. It's kind of interesting. The main thing up here that's worth noting is TM45 Attract. It's kind of obvious what Attract does. It attracts Pokemon of the opposite gender. It infatuates them. That's really, honestly, the only thing of interest up here. So feel free to talk to the people. I think somebody talks in Italian, German, and I think there's Spanish. I imagine the Japanese version has someone in English. Har har har. I also forgot to mention, before you come to the street in that little plaza area, there's a place where you can buy, like vending machines that you can buy fresh water and lemonade. And that's very cost-effective healing items. It's way cheaper than like your standard potions and stuff. So it's worth noting. This guy here, if you've seen 40 Pokemon, he'll give you an Eviolite, which is a really good item. If your Pokemon is still capable of evolving, it will raise defense and special defense 50%. That's quite a defensive buff, so it's a very strong item. If you're following this guide exactly, you should probably have 32, because that's what I had in my practice file. By the time you're done with all of this stuff in the city, you can probably come back and you should have enough Pokemon. The 47th floor, this is why I told you not to answer with the fire type Tepig to that one person, because you can literally get charcoal within this city itself. This guy will talk about the Pokemon badges. For a second there, never mind. I misread what he said. But this is very draining, this city. You will get very exhausted going through this all. There is one last building, and that is over on the left over here. And I can't walk into buildings. This guy will give you an amulet coin, a very handy item. This will give you more money for winning Pokemon battles. If you have nothing better to put on a Pokemon, by all means, it's a good item. It'll give you extra money. That guy will talk about Gesundheit, good health in German, in case you did not know that. See, I did learn something in German class. I spent, what, six years taking German classes? No, 5. 5 full years and a third of a year. See, it wasn't a total waste of my time. It was a total waste of my time. Never gonna use any of that German that I learned. Truly a shame. Anyways, that's about it for this place. Now there's one last thing we can do that's technically not in the city before we progress the storyline. If you head up to the north here, this leads to Route 4. And if you walk in, Bianca's going to stop you, and she's going to give you the dowsing machine item, which is really good. And it helps with finding hidden items, and it's something you definitely want to have set at almost all times, except maybe in cities. So it's a really good item. Probably one of, aside from the bike, it's probably the second most used key item. Well, no, you'll probably use this more than the bike because you'll have it on at all times. But yes, really good item. If I miss hidden items in the game, you have no right to blame me, because you can keep your dowsing machine on and you can find them yourself. And that finally wraps up Castelia City. My goodness, this place took forever to cover. Yeah, I'm probably going to split this into 2 parts. Anyways, thanks for bearing with me. Thank you, and good night.